Hello you guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And if you are new here, hello, welcome. Now, to you guys that are not exactly new, I do apologize for not being as active. And this is mostly because I have been sicker again, and this is again, I guess when you go on a 3-week trip, you are going to get sick. And I was lucky enough to get sick the day before we left and got back to our house, and we are back at our house now. However, I did get worse when we got back, and I had a really bad sore throat and really snotty runny nose and really lethargic and not feeling amazing, so I was really unable to make videos. And I did get a couple things recorded, and I was working on editing them, and I'm hoping to have those out, but I'm not 100% sure if I want to, because I'm not a huge fan of the just general recording and whatnot, and yeah, so I'm not 100% sure with that. I apologize for all the talking, you guys. I have an issue with talking and getting lost in what I'm saying. But you guys probably can tell by now that this is not a normal video, and this is definitely, you guys, yeah, my hands and my crusty, dirty nails, because I've been painting with black acrylic paint, so that works out well. But we're doing traditional art stuff today, and we're not doing drawing. We are actually going to be doing a sketchbook tour, because you guys know you can't be an artist without having 20 unfinished sketchbooks lying around everywhere, because that's unacceptable. I mean, you have to have a bunch of unfinished sketchbooks. And guys, I think I have about 20 unfinished sketchbooks. However, most of those have just like 1 or 2 drawings, and they're pretty big and bulky. So I just try to gather as many little ones that I have as possible. However, I do have one of my older sketchbooks I think I did a couple years ago, and it has a lot of really cringy art, and I actually filled it up besides one page, and I have lost it, so I cannot show you guys that one, but the rest of them are around the same time, and I can't line them up exactly time zone wise, but I'm going to try to start out with like the, I guess, oldest to newest, roughly, because I don't write dates in there, and my actual name is also written in some of these, but good luck pronouncing it because it's spelled really weird. But anyways, our first sketchbook is, let me grab this. So this one, I don't remember exactly when I got it. I think it was around 10, and I was a really big fan of the cover. Very, very cute design. My first drawing, I was practicing shading, so we have this spherical orb. And you guys, honestly, I think I didn't do horribly with this. I mean, you can obviously see my blending skills are not great, and it's been smudged over time. But I'm generally pretty happy with this. It could have more value. This side's a little bit lighter than it should be. You should have really dark darks and fairly light lights, but I was like 10, so not bad. This one, I was trying to practice like the pointillism style, I guess. However, you guys can tell that these are not a bunch of little dots. I have like little lines, and because I was very impatient, so I wasn't a huge fan. I think, yeah, part of this was I was 10 and the other part was 11, but I didn't get too much into it. This was doing perspective, and actually, fun fact, this sketchbook I did for Girl Scouts, which I used to do, but I quit because I thought it was boring and kind of stupid. But to everyone out there who's a Girl Scout, no hate, no hate. But I was practicing perspective drawing to teach everybody else, and it's a little ugly, but I don't do perspective too much. And you can see here, trying a different type of perspective, and if I did this now, I think I would have done it a little differently. This stem should be brought a little more forward, so you can almost see the stem should be getting bigger, and it should be smaller at the tip, and it should taper out to a triangle shape. However, in this drawing, it's really just how I draw the stem if I was drawing the cap normally, so it does make it feel a little off, but it's not horrible. Okay, this one, God. Okay, so what can I say about this one other than I think you can probably tell the issue here, and I'm not sure exactly what this was, and this head is a little bit weird, and it kind of looks like a mutated zebra or something, like with this tail. Yeah, not great, not great. I gotta admit, my anatomy skills have improved. Me struggling with colored pencils, because colored pencils are generally, I still hate working with them, and you can see here I was trying to take what I learned from drawing that like spherical shape and apply it to this. And if you can see here, I tried to add a little bit of red to the shadow to reflect it, and it's very weird, and it didn't really work out. And it also bothers me like big time why this is not in the middle of the picture and it's just off to one side. Okay, so this, I was trying to draw a landscape, and I don't remember if this was, I'm pretty sure this was somewhere near the beach, because I do live in California, so we live about 10-second walk from the beach, like we're really close to the beach, but this, I don't remember where this was, but it's not near us. But you guys can see it's not amazing, but okay, yeah, we don't know what that is. Cactuses. Now, this one is a little weird. Like, you guys can see it's just leaning this way. Like, I'm not 100% sure why. Circles that didn't exactly work out. This I was trying to do realism, so I drew a lollipop, and it's kind of, oh, oof. Yeah, what should I say? His lower jaw especially is very strange, along with especially his upper nose shape looks very off. The fire is kind of strange, but it's not the worst thing I've ever drawn. This one, I distinctly remember being like extremely proud of it at the time, and I hope I've gotten better in the like 3 years since I've drawn this, but you can totally see here his legs, and this just part, you can see I was using a circle as a guideline, and I didn't know really anatomy that much, and I'm still not amazing, but it's something I do need to get better at. I don't know, I think I was designing like a bat creature, but we won't talk about him. Oh my gosh, that's really bad. And then, okay, yeah. Guys, I don't know what to say about this other than what is wrong with this. Like, I get it's stylized, but her eyes are so far apart. Like, girl has such a small nose. I generally try to split up the face into 3 sections: the hairline, the nose, and like the chin. And then you split that evenly, so you get your sections, and then you draw the eyes, the mouth, and it really helps with that. But this one, you can see I wasn't really sure what I was doing. And then that's the sketchbook, and we have like more than half of it finished, but we have a lot more to get through, so let's speed it up a tiny bit. Let's see here. I'm gonna try to find an older one. Let me see this one. I don't even remember. Some of these might not have drawings. I think this one just has this one drawing, if I'm correct. Yeah, just one dragon pose. Guys, this actually does look a bit like the pose I did with our sea dragon video a little bit ago, where I did the like purple sea dragon. And you can see that I struggle a lot with legs, and I still struggle with legs, but you can see especially here I was very much struggling with legs. And it's pretty bad, but that's really all we have for this sketchbook, fortunately. I'm kind of scared what we would have seen otherwise. Okay, this is a sneak peek. Here, wait, we don't want that in the frame. Okay, this one, you guys can see it has like a very cute watercolor paper cover, and I just ruined it by drawing on it. There's like literally a little like spider on there. That's how old it is. But very interesting stains, and it's been through a lot, and I don't have that like many artworks in here, I don't think. I tried to draw a skull, and I did not use a reference, and you guys can see I didn't use a reference. Like, why is her cheekbone on either side? It's very strange. And I think I was still 10, 11 at this point, and that's that's all I got for the sketchbook, which is kind of surprising to me. I swear I put more in there. But you guys know how many unfinished sketchbooks we all use. So, okay. Now, this one I did when I was 11. 11, almost 12, I think, was really what I had. So this was like my world building book, I guess. But you guys, I'm actually, for some reason, the cat is like not as ugly as everything else. Like, this cat looks cute. Like, I could make that into a sticker. That's okay. But everything else is kind of weird, and I don't know. I was drawing antlers, and then I ended up wanting to draw a skull, but it got cut off, so it looks very odd and off. And then we have some flowers, a sign. I was in my dark crystal phase at this point. I was watching the Netflix show, so I was really inspired to try to create my own world, and I don't know if I did it justice, but this was what I did research, and it was like brainstorming all these different ideas until you find one you like. And it's whatever, but the way I used to draw my trees, especially, I just started doing digital art at this point, I think, like really started it, and I had watched lots of videos on these like simple 2D designs where you just layer, and a lot of them did their trees like little triangles, so I ended up doing like a digital piece of that landscape. I'm not 100% happy. This one, oh, you can see here I was doing California poppies because it's our state flower. Fun fact, when we actually moved to California, we did not know that it was illegal to pick California poppies, and there is a bike path fairly close to our house, and there was this little gathering of a couple of California poppies, and I was like 7, so I picked them, and I still have them in a picture frame pressed to this day, 6 years later, in my closet. So that's just a fun fact. Okay, this one I did end up, hang on. Oof, you guys see nothing, but this one I did end up doing a watercolor piece of, and it actually turned out kind of cute. But I was really scared of anatomy, so I always drew them in these little like triangle shapes because I was too afraid to do anything else. And then I also started another piece, but we never finished it. Okay, now I just have to arrange it cover to cover. All right, let's see. What else do we have? Okay, this piece, guys, ignored my amazing camera skills. I know, I'm new to this thing, so, and like, ignored the very weird lighting on this side because I'm using a studio light, but it's still a little weird. But this one, you can obviously see I'm doing this, and when I'm surprised, I think because I spent half the time on this than I did the other one, so that's why it looks worse, I hope. This is just practicing different pencil techniques, like the round scribbles, cross-hatching, just normal blending. Did a little character. Fun fact, this is her. I did watercolored. And I think this, I based this off her instead of the other way around, but yeah, I mean, her character's not bad. You guys can see here, I was not great at watercolor at the time, but I'm better now, I hope. And I'm not sure what that is, though. Okay, this one I did with Sharpies, and I think I was really just bored at the time, so I was in the mood to do hot air balloons. And then this is, I think, our last page, and again, dark crystal phase, so yeah, just kind of playing around with like herbs and things, so just make sure. Oh, okay, one last one. This one I did when I was 12, and I distinctly remember loving it, and I was so proud of it at the time, and I did the sketch, and I loved it so much that I outlined it with pen. Yeah, and I have just bunches of random things. Another cat study. This one's, his face is actually not bad, but I don't know, his side profile is a little off. Dragon, and I tried doing all the fancy shading or whatever. And I mean, the shading's okay, but what is this thing? It's kind of strange. I was in my dragon phase, and you guys can probably tell. And I did, erase. You know, you guys don't look at my name. Anyways, this is, you guys, I am a big Harry Potter geek. I've read the books like so many times. And I ended up designing my own wand, and you guys don't know this, but I actually whittle. Hang on, let me go find it, and I made myself a wand. Here, let me go grab it. If I can find it, that is. Okay, so we're back after some rec, and yeah, I made this. And I did take nature survival classes at one point, so I have my own whittling knife, and yeah, so I made this, and I have some gold leaf on there, and yeah. Anyways, next up, we got. This one was my sister's wand. I designed her wand, and does it look like almost the exact same? Yeah, but it's fine. It's fine. Designed a friend's wand. Designed another friend's wand, and then trying to do realistic shading stuff. And I was trying to make it look like this was like coming out of the paper, but it just looked like a piece of something on top of the paper. So, meh. Yeah, I was trying to do like those mushrooms, you know, like the, dude, what is like the yellow mushroom that like everyone knows that has like that round top? I was trying to do one of those. Like little fuzzy pom-poms in a jar. Deathly Hallows symbol. If you guys haven't read Harry Potter, you will understand, but doing a mermaid, interesting arm. A little flying frog, little girl, bunch of flower studies. That's actually kind of cute, not gonna lie. Okay, yeah, there we go. There was actually more in there than I thought there was gonna be. I'm kind of just like tossing these around, so ignore the noise. Everything's fine. So I'm gonna end the video pretty soon, and I wanted to show you guys, this is, honestly, like a pretty recent sketchbook. This one I finished a few months ago. Well, I didn't finish it, but I've stopped doing it a few months ago. And this is my mini sketchbook. And I brought it when I was like traveling or whatever. And I used a little mechanical pencil. So you guys, this is a very interesting first page. But a lot of my stuff is like really, really small. And I was just doodling a lot. And I wasn't really focused on making it amazing. And I guess that's really what sketchbooks are about. They're more for warm-up and just, you know, drawing rather than making your final piece. And I do have issues with trying to make every page in my sketchbook perfect. And I think a lot of artists struggle with fear of white pages and like blank pages especially. And I think personally, for me, I have gotten a little bit better and just started going in and not being as afraid. That's not to say that I'm not afraid at times, but I think I've definitely gotten better over the years of sketchbooks, and I think I've gotten a lot more comfortable with starting on a blank page and not worrying if it's perfect, because in the end, no one else has to see it, and it's just really for you to have fun and play and come up with some cool ideas, and you might turn that into a bigger piece, and who knows, you might actually come up with something that you're really in love with, and that's beautiful. It's really what art is being about, and I think a lot of artists, it's something we have an issue with, because there's so much goes into being an artist, and it's harder than a lot of people, I think, assume, especially when you watch videos online of people doing art. And another thing I think a lot of people are, like, confused and a little bit discouraged by is people's age, for instance. And honestly, your age does not at all, I guess, your age doesn't matter it matters more on how much experience you've had. So let's say you're 20-year-old and you've never drawn before, or you could be a 5-year-old and you've never drawn before. It's never too late to start, you know? And I've been drawing and doing art for 6 years, and I'm 13 now, so I've been doing it since I was 9, and it's taken 6 years to get me to where I am today, and I'm still not that good. Like, there are lots of people my age that are better, and that's okay. You just have to accept, you will get there one day if you just keep persisting. And, yeah, so don't get discouraged if you feel someone's better than you, because even if they may be younger, they probably have more experience. Or they just, you could have been drawing for 6 years, and they could have been drawing for 6 years, but they could have been drawing every day for 6 years, and you could have been drawing every week for 6 years. So it's really, it depends on the person, and don't be discouraged if you don't get there immediately. And you could be practicing for years and you still feel like you're not at that level yet, and that's okay. Just keep practicing, you will get there. And if art is not something you end up enjoying after you've been trying, you try something else, because it's not a crime if you really were into something and then one day you just lose the spark. I was really into paleontology and dinosaurs as a young kid when I was like 7, especially 5, 6, 7. I watched dinosaur documentaries every day, and I had so much knowledge on dinosaurs, and like more than really necessary, and I don't remember a lot of that now. But one day I watched a lot of dinosaur documentaries, but you guys know there have not been as many new ones. There had I can't remember, the one with David Attenborough where he narrates a dinosaur documentary, Planet Dinosaur, maybe? I'm not 100% sure. I don't exactly remember, but Prehistoric Planet. There you go. And I watched that, and I love it, and I still really enjoy watching stuff on dinosaurs, but I don't want to be a paleontologist anymore. That's not, like, something I want to pursue as a career, and that's okay, because I found art. And what's funny is, I think for a lot of people, they really started to discover art during COVID, because that was the time when we were all stuck at home and had nothing to do. And I do have a confession. I love being stuck at home and just doing random things all day, like drinking tea or whatever, and just like hanging out, listening to my audiobook, just working on my giant paintings. And yeah, I just think it's very neat to just be able to relax. But I got to admit, after years of relaxing, you really start to get bored. Actually, I was really into felting at first, which I know a lot of people don't know much about, and I think it's very interesting that it was one of the first things that I really gravitated towards, and I think that really started with watching lots of little YouTube videos of people making these really cute little, like, sleeping dragons. And I loved that, and I also really got into eye drawing, and I feel like it's very strange, but a lot of artists, when they first start out, they like to draw eyes. Like, a lot of my friends who are, like, really big art people, they really started out with drawing eyes, and I think that's very interesting. Yeah, I just think that's very neat. Here, I do have one of my felted pieces, if I can find it. And I actually do still felt, but not as much as I used to. But it's fine. I still enjoy it, but it's not as much of a interest for me as it used to be. And it's, yeah, interesting. So I did this little guy, a little dragon. And this I did do when I was like 11-ish. And my anatomy with felted things is a lot better than with drawing, and I think it's something about just holding the 3D object is so, like, cool, and knowing you made it, and it's just, I don't know, I always love just, drawings are so cool, right? But for me, I always just loved being able to hold your artwork, and, like, it's like a 3D creature you can have in your hand, and I found that really cool. And these guys are all made with, like, really cheap materials. Like, I just use a pipe cleaner. I'd love to actually do a tutorial on this. I think it'd be really cool if I still remember how to, but I used a pipe cleaner, so I curled one end, folded it over so we don't have any pointy wire, and then I just formed it into our dragon shape. Then I took two pipe cleaners and I attached them and wrapped it around to make the legs, and then I form the legs and I fold over the tips. But you always want to keep your pipe cleaners long when you're doing the legs, and then when they're all attached, then you cut them so you'll get the right size and it all stands up. And then this is another one I did. This one I did a little while before this one. This one I did after I did this one. So this is definitely a newer version. It's probably pretty easy to tell. But anyway, enough with random talk. Let's really get back to the sketchbook, because you guys, this is gonna be such a long video. Ignore the airplane, please. But you guys, I do have issues with really talking, and I hope it's not boring for you guys, because I know I can be a lot, and I really hope you guys have made it this far. And if you have, thank you so much for enduring my half-an-hour talk on random things. So I think we only have one more sketchbook to go after this one. And what's really interesting is I actually did finish this one, but it's not really a sketchbook, it's just watercolor paper. So unfortunately, I'm not counting this as a sketchbook that I finished. And I finished one sketchbook in my 6 years of drawing. And there are a lot of people that have never finished sketchbooks, and I get why, because you buy a new one and you see the shiny pages and you're like, ooh, I really want to do that, but I'm also kind of intimidated. But anyways, yeah, so watercolor pad. Yeah, this company is really cool. Of course, it's made in China, but we all know that's not anything new. So this one, again, watercolor paper. Look at that drawing on the outside. That's beautiful. So this one I did only a few, actually, like last Christmas, and I was doing some fruit studies, and I was just making these random blobs, and I turned them into jellyfish. But I like that dragon fruit study a lot. That's pretty cute. And I was trying to do the pink red dragon fruit, but it didn't turn out. Making a strawberry. But yeah, that's really all for this video, and you guys made it through. And I might slip in a little after thing if you guys want to see my current sketchbook. I might slip that in, but we'll have to see if the editing Luna chooses. But anyways, with that, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. And if you want to see me do more stuff like this and more traditional art related things, I'd love to get your guys' opinion, and I want to do a painting tour and showing some of my paintings, because I think it'd be really cool. But they are about 3-4 foot tall, so it's gonna be really hard, and my room is kind of crap right now. I can barely walk in it. But oh my god, it's fine. But anyway, if you guys made it this far, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. And I want to reach 50 subscribers so I can start doing live streams, because I'd love to draw what you guys want. And it's I do have issues, and I'm unable to see the comments on some videos, and I'm able to use my mom's phone to see the comments, but it feels very weird replying with my mom's channel on your guys' comments if you guys didn't know. So I'm trying my best to respond in videos, and yeah, I just want to thank you guys so much again. We're at 42 subscribers, so we're getting there. We just have 8 or something. Yeah, no, 7, guys, my brain. 7 subscribers left, and I'll be able to live stream with you guys. So please subscribe, and yeah, I hope you have an amazing day. With that, I will see you guys next time. Goodbye!